Everybody's got excuses, but you got one life to live, one life to give, one moment, one opportunity. Boy, that's it, and it's all said and done. When the going gets tough and the tough gets going, you just go ahead and run. Cause opinions are like assholes, everybody has one. They're being constructive or they jealous of the outcome. It's not about the times you fail, it's about the times you got up. And I don't even care what the fuck your excuses is. Fact is, you just playing the cards of foolishness. What you think I'm dubious, you gotta get up, get going and just move on. Don't look towards the past, you gotta groove on. You procrastinating now, you gotta get that motivation. I already created a track called Inspiration. Gotta get up, get going and get fucking hype. Go.
Welcome, everybody, to Wrestling Talk Now. This is the Rundown, where we will talk and discuss everything and anything wrestling related. I, of course, am not alone. I am with the WTN crew, of course. Big Red, how goes it, good sir?
I'm good as a pickle.
Good.
If you watch Dynamite, you understand that.
That's fair. Okay, I mean, that's in the MJF thing. Fair.
Ah, there we go.
No,
Big winner,
that's,
big winner.
That's it. Kosher pickles, absolutely. Perfect. And Kid Crazy, how goes it, good sir?
It's going pretty good. A lot of stuff going on. Busy, but always time for wrestling and talking with the boys. So here I am.
Fair enough. No, absolutely. People are busy. That's how it is. That's life. And wrestling is always there to, make us go a little crazy. There's been a lot of crazy announcements going on. I guess, Triple H's huge announcement. Triple H's announcement on Raw. A lot of people. Hey?
Only Tony Khan has huge announcements every week.
Only Tony Khan has huge announcements, and then they end up flopping. However, Tony Khan didn't mention an announcement this week for Dynamite, and we got a pretty big, huge spoiler. So that's probably the biggest news. But we'll talk about, of course, the new WWE Championship. Triple H had announced that there will be a new championship for wherever Roman Reigns is not drafted to. So if Roman Reigns is...
It's Raw. It's for Raw.
Well, we don't really know, right? Because
draft the draft starts Friday.
Right.
I don't see no one else going number one besides Roman.
How do we who do we know if anybody gets the first pick or if it's
SmackDown gets the first pick?
Okay, so
because it's starting on Friday.
Yeah, but is that an assumption, or did SmackDown get the first pick? Just because it starts Friday doesn't mean SmackDown gets the first pick.
Yeah, because it's 2 days. It's Friday and next Monday. So Friday.
No, I get that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that SmackDown would get the first pick, right? Because I guess whatever SmackDown gets the first pick for Friday.
If
and
it's
then
like
Raw
last year, I think exactly. It looks like it's going to be that way because SmackDown is became the A show in the last 2 years since being on Fox.
Mm-hmm.
But if I remember correctly, last time we had a draft, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. I think they went. The first 2 rounds were on Friday, and then the next 2 rounds were on Monday. I don't know if there's going to be a lottery. Maybe they'll switch it up a bit. There's always up for surprises. But I definitely agree that Roman Reigns was going to go first, and I think Roman Reigns will go to SmackDown since it's the network. There's more viewers.
Yeah.
So I think it would be that. Now, what was the point of putting the belts together back when they did? I guess
no idea.
That's more of a question that needs answers there.
Yes, absolutely. Because what was the point? It's the undisputed title, meaning you put 2 titles together, and therefore it's undisputed. But then we can also say, well, then Jericho was the undisputed champion, and then they switched that up. You know what I mean? They made both Raw and SmackDown have their own title again. So
very true.
Now, look, So first of all, let's show off that title. Let's show off this.
Do we have to?
Controversial. I mean, it's there. It should be shown.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What a beaut.
Are you being honest?
He
Yeah, and
likes it.
I
He
love
likes
it.
it.
I absolutely love it.
I mean,
Better
if
than
the
with the big W in the middle.
well,
If-
I mean,
exactly.
it's
If they took out the
it's
W out,
Mhm. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
no, I was gonna just say if they took out the W, it would be much nicer. When I see that, I see Big Gold and the cruiserweight title mixed together.
I see the
Okay.
big gold and the WWE one where it was like the full WWE on the full belt. I think it was the 2010 championship, if I'm not
Oh
mistaken, or maybe the
yes,
The
2012.
one that The Rock
If-
introduced in
But
2011.
yeah, that's it. So I'm seeing that belt in my head mixed. If that belt and the big gold belt had a baby, voila, it would be this. I'm not a fan of
Yep,
the.
yep.
I like the gold. I like the gold. So I'm a fan of
Yeah.
the WCW gold belt. Not a fan of the globe or the WWE logo being that big.
agree.
Maybe if it was a little bit
100%.
smaller, a little bit on top, whatevs. I know you have to have the WWE logo somewhere, or else
Like
You're
I
not
would put
representing
like the
your-
logo on top and on writing just write World Heavyweight Champion. That's it. That's all.
that's it. But yeah, I don't know. That's I was honestly really expecting like a rebirth, a reincarnation of the Eagle belt.
Yeah,
I was
I was
waiting for
expecting
it.
that.
I was like, let's fucking do it. Maybe they would have changed it up a bit, but I was waiting for it. But no, we get this. It does look like a world title belt, though. I'll give
Mhm.
them that. It doesn't look like a cheap, like
They
the
have to
U.S.
tweak
belt
it.
looks like a toy. You know what I mean? The U.S.
Mm.
belt, U.S. Championship looks more like a toy, if anything. This at least looks more prestigious and whatever. But there you have it. And
I like
on
the-
Night of Champions, they will be crowned.
So that's what I wanted to know. What's the tournament? He didn't mention.
We don't know yet.
Okay.
Well, we know someone will be crowned the new heavyweight belt on Night of Champions, which is in Saudi Arabia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for those who don't want to watch the Saudi Arabia show for political reasons and all that, if you want to see the new champion, you're gonna have to watch the show, or just read the spoilers afterwards. But but yeah, no, it's that's all we really know, though. We know the person will be crowned at Night of Champions. We don't exactly know if the entire tournament will be on Night of Champions, if the tournament will take place starting like now, because their Night of Champions is what? It's in May, correct?
May
Yeah.
27th.
That's right.
May 27th. So we have a little while. And they could easily do tournaments for Raw or I guess it's going to be on Raw. They could easily do tournaments on Raw leading up until then, starting in May. Yeah,
But,
so
like,
we'll see.
I'm pretty sure. Well, the way I see it is after the draft is done, we're probably gonna see who's gonna be like the champion, more or less.
Well, we could speculate by seeing who's going to be on Raw. We'll probably have an idea. Maybe not sure. We won't be sure, but we'll probably get an idea. I don't see Cody winning this title. Absolutely not.
That's what I was gonna say. If Cody's on Raw, I do see Cody and Seth main eventing the Night of Champions for the title. But I don't see him winning. I see Seth winning.
It's 'cause
I
the
mean,
story, if he
Seth
has to finish
definitely
the
deserves
story
a
has to be
shot.
beating Roman.
Sorry?
Right.
I was saying if he has to finish the story, which is the gimmick that we're
That's it. He
we're
has
going
to
with here,
beat Roman.
he has to beat
Right.
Roman to finish that story.
Exactly. Right. 100%.
Well, and that's what's happening, right? So Cody's going to be facing Brock at Backlash. Cody will beat Brock, and therefore Cody will get his chance to then face Roman again, because that's basically what is going to be his excuse to
And
go
maybe-
and face Roman again. And so he's probably going to be drafted to SmackDown, though, Cody.
And maybe Cody brings in the white version of the Double Eagle.
Yeah,
white
no,
version?
No bueno.
there was a
Not
white-
happening.
There was a white version. There was a white version. There was an aqua version. There was a purple version.
Oh, you're talking about the Eagles.
Yeah.
I mean the Eagle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bah. I don't know. Maybe I think when Roman does lose the titles, one of those titles will disappear, and they'll reintroduce a title, just one title for SmackDown. But
Which
I don't see. Maybe the whole story we know with Cody, so maybe he will bring it back, or in some kind of homage to that title. So bring a new title, but with some kind of paying homage to that original title there. Well, not original, but one of the first ones of when they got mainstream there. But I like it. I like the big gold. I didn't like the big gold originally because there was no WWE logo, and you're the WWE, you're the heavyweight champion. The branding, I think branding is important. So I like the logo in the middle. I like the feel, like JLB was saying about it looking like a real world championship title. The logo being a bit big, it's because of the way the logo is. You can't really make it smaller than what it is.
Well, then carve it in like the big gold had it.
The big gold had what?
They had the W, but carved in.
The big gold had the W?
Yeah.
No.
Where?
Yes.
Where the big gold would just had the World Heavyweight Championship at the.
No, it had the W.
In WCW, you mean?
No,
because
in WWE.
Yeah, I think you're on crack on that one, good sir. Let me check that out.
Because I'm pretty sure they didn't change it when it came from the.
They didn't change it
WWE
at all.
Yeah.
Like when Goldberg had it, because I think
They're not
he wore it.
I really don't. I remember it saying World Heavyweight Champion.
No,
and having
I don't know if you could see it. I don't know if you could see well. No,
really? Blind joke.
There's the big.
We're going there.
It has the scratchy W, and it says World Heavyweight Champion.
The scratchy W.
Yeah.
Oh, where?
On top. Okay, I'm gonna try to post this here. I don't know how to do the sharing thing. So
World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, scratchy W.
If you write WWE World Heavyweight Champion, it's gonna pop up.
Heavyweight Champion, big gold championship.
But you have to write WWE. Don't write WCW.
Why?
Because if you write WCW, you're gonna get the WCW version.
That's the one they're selling.
Let me just send it to you guys.
Oh yeah. If it's like the one they're selling on the WWE website, then yeah, they have the little W on top there.
That's what they had.
You could barely see it. Like,
yeah,
no, you could barely see it. So no,
and that's fine. But I mean, the thing is, you got to brand it properly, especially if it's going to be your Raw Championship. You know,
I don't see anybody complaining about having the AEW logo right in the middle of their championship
because that logo is nice. It's nice.
Well, I mean,
okay. Now we know the truth. Now we know the truth.
No,
it's a purely biased.
It's not biased.
It's hate-filled opinion.
No, if AEW's world title had the same kind of logo, the way it's made like that, I would say it's not nice. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's the globe. It's something in the middle. I don't know.
It's because I think
it's also very different, right? With how AEW has it too. AEW has like a shiny gloss on it, and
maybe that's it.
It complements the actual belt, whereas this is literally just like black WWE logo with the black and gold globe in the back. It's I don't know, as like it just doesn't fit. If it was maybe done in
more like
gold.
New Japan.
What's like New Japan?
Sorry. The AEW title, isn't it more like the IWPG, the design?
I don't know. IWGP designs suck. They don't know how to make belts anymore.
Well, the new one is not nice. The older one,
the new one's not nice.
Yeah, the one has the kind of like wings or horns or something on top.
Looks like a butterfly or something. Yeah,
yeah. The old one was nice, which was more of a big gold feel to it.
Yeah,
it was a really big plate.
That's it. But they have the the lettering isn't it the same thing as AEW?
No, it's kind of more in
No.
white. It's like a silver
Okay, so I see. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about something else.
Because I don't
something
even
else.
think
But
there's a logo because New Japan, it's the IWGP World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really like there's no New Japan logo on it. It's just the IWGP world title, heavyweight
Right.
champion. I mean, yeah. So
that's it exactly.
But whatever. I guess everybody has their own taste, and
Maybe it's gonna grow on me. You never know.
Well, I
Hopefully
mean,
it
even
grows
if it
like-
doesn't, it's gonna be there.
hopefully it grows on you just like the Miz did.
The Miz has never grown on me.
That's the idea. It won't grow on you, good sir. I don't know. I mean, look, who knows? Whatever. It's our first time seeing it. People are obviously gonna bitch. I'm gonna bitch. We're not gonna like it. And then, like, for instance, on the side though, when you did see it on the side, when all the wrestlers were looking at it or whatnot, it it still looked. It was growing on me a little. I'm like, oh, okay, but I mean, I it's just there's been so many better belts, so I think we're always going to be comparing to what they had prior
Yeah,
and or what they essentially could have done.
It's also
but,
that I think. Yeah, I think you said it perfectly.
hit the nail on the
That's-
head right there. Bam.
That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
There you go. You're very welcome. I do what I can. And yeah, so that was announced on Raw. Essentially also pretty big news, which we didn't even really hear about him leaving NXT or WWE for that matter.
It was very silent.
Very silent. Nothing was mentioned, but Roderick Strong is now all elite. He did show up on AEW Dynamite to help out Adam Cole Bay. They had themselves a little undisputed reunion, if you will. Unfortunately, maybe too little too late because Kyle O'Reilly, I don't think, is going to be coming back anytime soon. His career might essentially be over. So, yeah, but it was pretty cool to see Roderick Strong there.
I didn't get no pop. Like, oh, he's there. Yay.
Well, I think the problem is Roderick Strong was probably the least popular out of the Undisputed Era. And
Yeah.
Adam Cole was obviously the bigger go-to, and Kyle O'Reilly was kind of getting up there as well. And I probably don't think no one really knew who it was at first, because at first when I saw it, I'm like, oh, who the hell is this? I'm like, oh, okay, it's Roderick Strong. But I mean, the guy looks very generic on top of that. So the fans to kind of maybe recognize, maybe they didn't put two and two together because they can't hear what's his name, Excalibur saying, "Oh my God, it's Roderick Strong." You know what I mean? Like they can't hear that.
Mhm.
So they probably were like, who the fuck is this? And then they realized when they hugged, it was most probably Roderick Strong because you heard a little bit more cheering towards the end of that segment.
Yeah, towards the end, you were feeling when he was cleaning out the ring of the heels, you were feeling a bit more of the audience reaction there. From last thing I had heard of Roderick Strong was that he had renewed his contract with WWE.
Oh, really?
So I didn't get any news. I didn't hear any news of him being released or him asking for his release. Okay, I haven't watched NXT in a while, but last thing I remember, he was still involved in the storyline with what are those guys there with the Creed brothers and
Oh, how long has it been?
and that girl there. I don't remember her name too. But she was kind of slowly becoming the leader of that group, and there was kind of a feud with the Creeds and Strong, but never anything thinking he was leaving. But with his wife in AEW with Marina Shafir, so it makes
Who's his wife?
sense.
Oh, Shafir's his wife. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Marina Shafir, yeah, the MMA,
Oh, I
the
didn't know
solution, the problem or the solution, whichever one she is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I was surprised. I really like Roderick Strong. I think he's not the most charismatic, maybe not the best on the mic, but his in-ring skill set is pretty top, and I always enjoy his matches. So I'm looking forward to seeing. I think we might be seeing him more in ROH in Ring of Honor capacity.
So, yeah.
But I guess now
that
it
might
fits
be
good
possible.
with the Adam Cole story there. I guess he needs some help because the Jericho Appreciation Society with
Right.
always outnumbered, so it fits good right now. But I don't know if in the long run he'll keep a spot on Dynamite. Well, now with with the new show that they're going to be starting very soon, Collision on Saturdays,
Yeah.
where I think is going to. I wish them all the best, man, but it feels like that's not going to work, man.
It's at what time? Saturdays at what?
Saturdays at 8, yeah. Like it's a
Movie
young
night.
audience.
Man, I'm already done with the wrestling that it is now, though. Like, I don't think I can handle it anymore.
At least they
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut somewhere.
At least they canceled the Dark.
Oh, they canceled
did they?
Dark, so now they just have Elevation, Dark Elevation.
No, they canceled the Dark Evolution Dark whatever it's called.
Okay,
All
so
of
they
them?
just kept Dark.
Damn. Okay.
Or they
Canceled all the YouTube shows. You're saying?
Well, no, it's one show that's Dark something.
Yeah, Dark Elevation and Dark.
Yeah, the Dark
Just the
Evolution they
shows.
canceled.
Oh,
Not the Dark.
Okay, so latest episode of AEW Dark Elevation is listed as special and final episode. So Elevation,
That's it.
Dark Elevation is out.
Okay.
Bam.
But anyways, nobody watched Dark Elevation anyways, so didn't. I don't know.
I
if
didn't even
it's
know it
gonna affect
existed.
the people. It's because I think that the audience for ROH is more of the. I don't want to say young because it's a bit of a mix, but it's more of a young that goes out kind of crowd. So, Friday nights never worked with Rampage. I don't see, there was 2 weeks ago, March 31st, I was just checking before, they had like 340,000 viewers. I really don't see the Saturday night, 8 o'clock, 8 to 10 working, even if CM Punk is there.
When is the first episode? Is it June 17th?
I think it's the week before all in, all out, because that is also one of the other little tidbits.
Good.
All in is going to be in the Wembley Stadium, right? And then they're also going to have all out that same week in the States. So they're going to have like a
Chicago
pay-per-view bonanza in Chicago.
So back-to-back pay-per-views. Plus, they're gonna have Forbidden Door around that period also, so it's gonna be like three pay-per-views in a matter of a month or 6 weeks or whatever it is.
Right.
So
that's a lot of money.
Gonna be a lot of action, but for people that it is a lot. I don't know. Maybe they'll have a bundle available. I guess.
Well, I hope
maybe that would be the way to go if I was them. But anyways, I don't see Collision being a big success, and I think they're going to be weighing a lot of this new show for their new TV deal, and I'm scared it's going to hinder their potential payout for those TV deals, because I don't see how you're going to get. They're promoting this as being the second show, like another Dynamite 2-hour show.
So what's Rampage?
Well, Rampage was 1 hour.
Rampage is an hour, though, so that Friday is like whatever, and then this is going to be like their second Dynamite kind of thing on Saturday.
Yeah.
So they're like Rampage is Sunday Night Heat, basically.
I would say maybe more. I guess Sunday Night Heat. I think Rampage deserves a little bit
Velocity?
more credit than being Sunday Night Heat. A little bit more credit than Velocity, but it's
I think it's going to be their Raw and SmackDown. Collision and Dynamite is going to be Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a draft?
And their Rampage is like their 1 hour Thunder or something.
That's it.
Well, at least Sunday Night was better than Thunder.
Now, what they will do, I think, was the title. The four times a year they have the special show, which is the Battle of the Belts. I think what they'll do there is they'll pass.
I'll do it on the Saturdays.
Or join it up with Rampage to have a 2-hour show. Once they do that, and then have the 2-hour because then you'll have 3 hours on Saturday. Going into
I just more meant that would be their Battle of the Belts. It would just be a special.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay,
kind of thing, because Rampage doing because Rampage is at what? It's at 10. No, it's a little much. 10 to 12 for doing Battle of the Belts at 11. Yeah, they start you off right away and whatever, but it's a little late. It's a little much there.
Friday's at 5:30 though,
especially on Friday. Yeah, what the hell is with the special time at 5:30? Jesus,
hockey.
That would make sense. Yep. But I mean, Jesus, like at that rate, you should try to see how your Saturdays are. You know what I mean? Your Saturdays for Because I do agree with you, Crazy, that I don't know how well it's going to work for Saturdays. Just it's 5 hours of just TV AEW, and then you also have your 5 hours of WWE. It's a lot. No, you have.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Well, if
have
you add the
7
NXT,
hours
it's
of
7.
WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so
So
that's
it's a
a
bit
lot
much.
of
And if you watch
wrestling.
your Impact, there, you have another 2 hours. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then if you're watching All Access en plus,
Ooh,
All access.
haven't had a chance to watch that drama yet.
it's fun. It's
Yeah.
all right. It's fun, but honestly, it's really not that
What?
kind of All Access.
Oh.
But it's interesting to see them
I haven't watched it. Is it
talking
good?
back.
Is it worth? Is it worth?
Check it out. Check it out. I think they even might have it on their YouTube channel now, at least the first few episodes. That
Okay.
have
Is
I
it
would
like a
watch.
Total Divas vibe?
No, it's really kind of like reality based. Kind of, they take you in the back. You like sometimes they're like they're showcasing talking to Britt Baker because they're talking about Adam Cole's
Okay.
whole concussion thing and stuff like that. So it's kind of more reality based that way. It's definitely nothing like Total Bellas or Divas or any of those. It's just kind of its own backstage pass kind of thing.
Okay, I'll go give it a try and then
Yeah,
give it my
check it
judgment.
out. That's it. It's kind of like WWE 24
Okay, yeah, all right.
without the crazy WWE production
Yeah.
of it. You know, yeah.
Je comprendre.
And there's
Okay.
a 4th season of Dark Side.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
seems interesting. They were actually having a hard time to get it out there, but they came out to a conclusion, and they're going to be doing it. And some good episodes, good shows coming.
I'm really curious about that Bash.
So I will at least let you guys know the episodes for those that don't know. So Dark Side of the Ring, what is the date? I believe it's May. I just shared it. Okay. Well, these are the episodes, at least, for Dark Side of the Ring season 4. It is going to be Chris Candido and Tammy, which of course is Tammy Sitch, which is going to be obviously Sunny, and that whole debacle. I think Sunny could probably get her own episode because there's a whole lot of drama there.
Yeah.
You're also going to have
episode.
For sure. You're also going to have Magnum TA, which I know about it. I don't even know about that. So that's going to be all kinds of interesting for me because I know nothing about it. Adrian Adonis.
That's going to be interesting.
You're also going to have Doink the Clown. I have no idea why.
Drug and alcohol. Okay.
Oh, yes, because he was a crazy party animal. Right. Then, of course, you have Junkyard Dog.
That's his alcohol and drugs.
And
gambling.
Jesus. And gambling. You're also going to have fucking Marty Jannetty, which
that's
if they have Marty Jannetty interviewing, if they end up interviewing Marty Jannetty for it, it's going to be a complete shit show. And I wonder if they're going to talk about his whole daughter incident there where he ended up kissing his own daughter or something.
Yes.
Well, what about the guy he killed?
Or the guy he killed. Yeah.
But was it?
And
was
he
that proven?
posted something on Twitter. Well, he posted something on Twitter though.
Oh,
about
it. Yeah. And then
he admitting to it, and then he deleted it.
Then he deleted it the next. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It was somebody that was sexually harassing him.
Right.
And he killed him.
Then you're gonna have Bam Bam Bigelow. Apparently after his wrestling career, he kind of went a little crazy. Got into a lot of for sure. He got into a lot of burglary stuff and all that, and theft, and went to jail several times. So that's gonna be interesting. Abdullah the Butcher. Well, I feel like his career speaks for himself. The guy is a loose cannon, so that should be interesting. Bash
how he's still alive, I don't know, but God bless.
The genes.
Yeah, it's the genes. It's a lot of
it's the genes. Yeah,
it's a lot of meds, a lot of drugs, and a lot of meds.
That's it. The
Bash at the
Bash.
Beach 2000.
I don't remember what happened there. I was trying
Bash
to
the
think.
Beach 2000.
Yeah, what happened
Yeah.
there?
It's Vince Russo. It's the Jeff Jarrett laying down for Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan walking out, and they
Oh,
Uh,
the poke of death.
no,
That's
no,
that's Kevin Nash and
that
Hogan.
was-
that's Kevin Nash. That's Kevin Nash. That's the only Hulk Hogan refusing not refusing, using his creative control to refuse to put over Jeff Jarrett. So Vince Russo gets mad, tells Jarrett to just lay down in the middle of the ring, so Hogan can pin him, and then they'll have a new match at the end of the pay-per-view, which Booker T ends up winning the title.
Yes, that's gonna be interesting.
That's
So,
it.
yeah,
and
that's
then
pretty
Hogan
good.
got like super pissed, and Russo went on
Yeah.
a crazy little whole monologue about not being able to work with Hogan and that he's a piece of crap and yada yada yada. And then Hogan mentioning that's why this business is going down the drain. Honestly,
Yeah.
they're both assets, so you know.
And that was the last time we saw Hulk Hogan in WCW.
That would make sense. Yes, absolutely. And then you have last episode would be the Graham family.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Billy Graham's family. Okay.
Yeah, that's a crazy family. That's a
I probably should have watched the
Superstar
trailer
Billy
before
Graham.
talking about Dark Side of the Ring because the trailer seemed awesome. But yeah, I'm just excited. I usually do reviews for Dark Side of the Ring with my buddy Mike. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really I'm especially excited for the Tammy one, Bigelow, and well, Bash at the Beach 2000, I guess. The poke of not the poke of doom though, but I feel like we've heard that story though a bunch of times already. I don't know what new stuff they're going to be able to give us for that. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's not like the territories there, Tales from the Territories, where they just reuse.
no.
that was
Oh.
bad. The territories. That was bad. That was.
I mean, it was cool.
Because
It's just they kept
other
on
than the four
same
guys,
concept.
yeah, other than the four guys sitting around the table, it was all footage that we had seen from other Dark Side of the Rings.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, so it was really so. Hopefully they'll get the stuff they need to make a great show for that Bash of the Beach, because like JLB said, there has been a lot of documentary short films already done about about that day, but usually they're pretty good. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and that they'll put out a good season and some good episodes there.
Yeah, that's it. So that's 10 episodes. I just want to at least get the date.
Sometime in May.
I think it's May as well, but past
I think it's on May
okay.
16th or 17th or something like that. Double check.
Jesus, just give me the date.
And this Sunday, it's WWE,
May 30th.
What?
Okay, 30th. May
May
30th.
30th.
Right there. And this Sunday, it's WWE Most Wanted Treasures season 2, 3. Season 2 or 3? I don't remember, but yeah,
Probably season 3. Yeah, it's been
Yeah, with-
been
I
around
guess
for a
with-
while.
with Booker T.
Someone's treasures is somebody else's garbage.
That's not how the saying goes. But
I know.
yeah.
That was
One
done on
man's
purpose.
trash is another man's treasure.
Exactly. That's the real saying. But in this case, for that show, I'll go with
You
the
don't like
other
it?
one. No.
Oh, okay, that's why.
I mean,
love
look, if you're a crazy collector person, whatever, and
Exactly,
you like
exactly.
collecting stuff, cool. But if you don't really, if it's cool to see some of the stuff like, oh, okay, that's where they had it. Oh, that's where they found it. But honestly, especially if it's not a wrestler that you necessarily care for in terms of what stuff they're trying to find, it's a give or take. Depends.
I really prefer the rivals and the legends.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I was really surprised with the Page episode.
How was it?
The Page.
It was good.
episode.
It was good. I didn't get too much new information because of
Okay.
the movie and everything.
Diamond Dallas?
No, Paige.
Oh, Page.
Soraya.
Oh, okay. Oh,
There you go.
when you say Page, I think of Diamond Dallas Page. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
So, well, because they called it on the show, they call her Paige. They don't call her
Yeah,
Soraya
right.
because it's
Right.
a WWE.
Yeah,
But I can't believe like they still put out the show, even though
Right.
she's on the competition. Because I guess WWE don't have all the power when it comes to legends and rivals. They can't just decide,
Well-
okay, we're not going to play it. They are A&E shows. So
for the rivals, Renee was on the table for Austin and Sean and Brett and Sean and Austin and Brett.
yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking is that these things were filmed before Renee left and before Paige left, and they have them. And if it was up to WWE, they probably would have shelved them. But since A&E probably have the last call here because it's their
Right.
programming, so then they decided to go with it because basically the whole show is putting over Paige. That's
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah. So, but it was a good show. Not as good as Charlotte's episode. Charlotte's episode was really good because Charlotte, I learned a lot of stuff. In the Paige episode, we didn't learn too much new stuff. It's stuff if you've been following Paige's career. She talks. Yeah, it's interesting. It's you still learn a few things. She openly talks about the sex tape, so that's interesting and how she dealt with that afterwards. So that's a bit of a new information, but I definitely prefer the Charlotte episode for the Legends. I thought maybe it would have been too early, even Paige, I guess. Like you guys have been around not even 10 years, and you do a biography show. But I guess Charlotte is. Once you see it, it's deserved. What she's been through, what she won. They also talk a lot about her brother dying, which was
Yeah,
her,
Okay.
Yeah.
which was they were like best friends, and he's the one that basically got her into wrestling.
Into wrestling.
So yeah, but it was good. The rivals I didn't get to catch up yet, but the ones I did see, I guess I still have to see the NWO one, which I think was the last one. So, but yeah, I really like the way A&E does their WWE programming. It's
Besides the
it's well
treasury.
done. Yes, you do feel that WWE bias there, obviously. So they are a co-production here, but
Right.
but it's still well done. So I'm enjoying that. At least for all the other stuff that are shit happening again this week on Raw. Mr. Mustache decided to
Mr. Mustache.
decided to once again rip up the script at the last minute and take away time from the women once again. And was once again a little bit lackluster of a Raw. Some good stuff, I guess. The Cody versus Finn was good.
Cody versus Finn was fun. Yeah.
I just don't understand a bit. It's they have to, like last week, Cody was not cleared, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adam Pearce came to the ring. You're not cleared. You're not medically cleared. You're not
Right.
going to fight Brock. And then all of a sudden, we
And then
don't know
this
why.
week
We don't know
he's
what.
cleared.
We don't know why he was not cleared last week.
Right.
All of a sudden,
Right.
bang! Now he's cleared. So that's what happens when you have a guy ripping up the script right before the show and rewriting the whole show. You don't put into account the stories that you were telling from the weeks prior. So, but yeah, I guess you're not always going to be happy with the full 3-hour show, but I could definitely tell the difference in the last 3 weeks. And with the spare week that McMahon wasn't at Gorilla Position, that wasn't there on Raw, but you saw the difference that Raw was better. So there is no more doubt in my mind that Mr. McMahon is still calling the shots when he's in attendance.
100%.
Well, I mean, not even in attendance. I don't even think he was actually there. He was apparently changing stuff through when he was at
Twitter.
home, kind of thing.
Oh,
Not
yeah?
through Twitter there. That's a bit much. Yeah, he wasn't actually there. I believe it was this week or last week, but I'm pretty sure it was this week. He wasn't actually in the building. Vince heard about CM Punk being in the building, because that was the whole thing too, right? It was in Chicago. CM Punk was there to see a few people. And then Vince kind of heard that CM Punk was there, and Vince was kind of told them, hey, like, you know, tell him to leave just because he's still technically signed with the other company, and we don't want no drama kind of going on there. So then Punk just kind of left. Still pretty interesting thing of Punk to do, because, you know, that's kind of what Punk would do to stir up shit, either for AEW or to kind of, if that whole thing is still planned for Punk to come back at All In or All Out, it just makes sense that he would want to stir up some shit too. Like, oh, is Punk coming back to WWE? Da, da, da. But I don't think it translated that way at the end of it. But
no, because from what I heard when he came, he met with when he went backstage, he saw Triple H, shook his hand, asked him if they could talk for 2 minutes, and Triple H said, "I'll have to pass that by Vince." And then that's when Vince asked security to politely ask CM Punk to leave, and CM Punk left with no stories there, no problems there. So yeah, it's kind of, he knew people were going to talk about it. He knew it was going to leak. He knew it was going to create a buzz. I guess he wants to be still in the
mix,
in the news cycle.
Yeah,
doesn't want to lose his I don't know how would you say, his
mojo,
his notoriety.
Yeah,
in wrestling. So he just wants his name out there, maybe to prepare also this comeback, because some people are still doubting, but like Uncle Dave Meltzer, and Sean Ross Sapp, if I'm pronouncing it correctly here, are both convinced that CM Punk are going to be back. Is going to be back. So it doesn't mean that he will be back, but if these guys are putting it out there and are putting their journalistic integrity on it, I would figure that he will be there sooner rather than later. We're talking, in May something, there's a Dynamite in Chicago again, before the one in June.
21st. Oh no, sorry, that's June. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah, and apparently he might show up there. I don't know the whole story. I don't know if some people are saying they want to keep the roster split, because the Bucks, especially the Bucks, from what I'm hearing, Kenny is not totally against the CM Punk coming back. He doesn't really mind, but the Bucks are really against it. I think even Kenny knows that if they would do a match, it would probably be a big money draw, man.
For sure.
For all that I hate CM Punk, but CM Punk versus Kenny Omega, yeah, probably tune in to watch.
And it would probably be that's the only way you would do it, because we originally heard maybe the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Bucks versus CM Punk and FTR, because clearly that's where the lines are drawn. So, but I mean, yeah, obviously we all heard the same thing there. Bucks aren't really happy with what might potentially happen there. Kenny Omega is a good Canadian boy, so he's just like, look, whatever, it is what it is. Kenny Omega is not a spiteful person or whatever. You know what I mean? He's like, look, we had an argument. That's it. It's settled now to an extent, and let's move on. Let's make money, boys. That's what we're here for. We're not here to be friends. We're here to make money.
Yeah. Will that weigh in the balance for the Young Bucks in signing a new contract, because they are in the midst of negotiations here? Maybe, because it seems like the Bucks are kind of those guys that will not put this aside. So maybe that's a potential door opening for them to leave there. Does that mean that?
I don't think they'll leave though, bro. Like, what Tony Khan really won't let them. I don't know. I feel like it would be. It's something they created though, and I'm pretty sure Tony Khan would still kind of take into consideration what the Bucks would say, but I feel like Omega would also get into their ear a bit. They might not be happy about it, but they're not going to be so upset at the fact that they're not willing to sign new contracts to still be in the company that they created. You know what I mean? What else are they going to
Hmm.
do? Unless they really just don't mind bouncing because of all the money they did make. I don't know. But
And I don't know if you give them $3 million a piece to go to WWE, might where they don't have to deal with this backstage drama or have the headaches.
we did indeed,
Yeah.
Mike. It was the first thing we technically talked about. I absolutely don't like the actual WWE part of it. The logo itself, the gold part is fine. Logo's too big. Kid Crazy over there seems to think it's A-OK. And Big Red is also not a fan of it either. We're curious to what you think, bud. Probably, if I know Mike, and I do know him pretty well, he's I probably won't be a fan, but we'll see what happens.
Oh well, can't please them all, So, you're gonna have some detractors, and you're gonna have some people that are gonna like it. That's just the way it's gonna be, especially when there's this polarized fan base that he agrees with your take, Justin. So yeah,
What can I tell
you did know him pretty well. You did know him pretty well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but that's it. So yeah, it's this whole thing with Young Bucks and CM Punk, we thought would never be coming back to AEW, and I guess why they never bought him out, they never released him or anything. I guess this was getting more and more plausible to be to happening, and that's where we're at right now.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, he's still getting paid by Tony Khan.
Yeah.
So
He could get paid all you want. As long as you're not on my TV, I'll believe it when I see it.
well, you could turn it off. There's a power button on the TV.
There you go. Yeah.
Very
It's usually
true.
nice. It's usually at the top right corner on most remotes. It's a very big button. Some of them are red, just to indicate that that's the power button. So.
I'm colorblind, so I don't know.
Oh shit! Well, fair point.
I'm joking. I'm not colorblind. I'm not colorblind.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean, look, we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, I do think it's going to be a good money grab for everybody. Tony Khan can get the Bucks in line. I feel I just don't see them taking it to that of an extreme effect where they won't sign on again.
I do see the Bucks leave if Punk comes. I can see that coming from them.
I could see how that being the beginning of the end for them. Like,
yeah,
already with the story, already with them losing much of their executive power. Like, I think the only thing they have left executive is in the name, executive VPs.
Right.
I don't think they actually have any much pull in the backstage area anymore. So already there's something. Then with this whole CM Punk, if they really don't want him back, and Tony still decides to come back, that might create another rift in between them, and things can snowball pretty quickly. Look at Cody, man. We didn't think Cody was ever going to leave what he created, and he did it. So anything could happen. I'm not saying it will. Because I still think there's room to reason with them, especially like JLB said, if Kenny's in their ear, if Kenny decides to resign and he's a big part of trying to convince them to stay, then there's a big chance they will stay. Well, but I'm just saying that the door will be open for them to leave. Though.
The Bucks could just join Kevin again.
Could be,
and Cody.
Bucks won't leave since they won't have any power anywhere else. Well, that's it. I agree with that statement that they don't have any power, but they don't have any power in AEW no more either.
Technically,
so,
I see that the Bucks as crybabies anyway, so whatever.
Well, I don't know them, but they do seem like they're the easily offended crew there. So
well, and look, and they're inexperienced in the sense of the business side of the wrestling business. Yeah. Right, they're experienced in the indie scene. They do what they need to there. They wrestle and all that. They're very talented in the ring. That's fine. But in terms of business side of things, they're very inexperienced. Kenny Omega has somewhat more experience dealing with Japan a lot, although he wasn't necessarily part of the executive roles. I think he was very close with who the people who were, and at least got to see a few things. And he's just older, right? He's just a little bit more older, a little bit more wiser in terms of the business side of things, and just totally different personalities, kind of thing. So yeah, I will see. I don't see. Everyone's gonna play nice because at the end of the day, Bucks know they can't really go anywhere. They're not going to start their own federation now.
No.
You know what I mean? Tony is going to keep Punk there because he knows that's a money grab. Kenny Omega is going to be into it. If CM Punk did in fact meet up with Chris Jericho as they were supposed to, Chris Jericho and Tony Khan, because apparently Jericho is like really the top guy to talk to. That's Tony Khan's like right hand man kind of thing, because Jericho will just tell him anything and everything regardless because he has nothing to lose. He's very straightforward.
He's transparent.
He's transparent and he's there to help AEW completely. He's full-fledged there for AEW, and Khan knows that, so he'd be down. You know what I mean? He'd be down to hear what he has to say.
I think the Bucks will get a good payday, WWE.
I don't know how much they make in AEW, but I think they could definitely go in the higher in the 2-3 million range in WWE.
If you tell me you're signing the Bucks, Bucks versus Usos. I'm like, hello, brother, two brother tag teams.
No. There's definitely potential for having great matches in WWE, and I think WWE can probably give more money than AEW can. I don't know. Because at one point you can't pay everybody $3 million, but WWE can.
So
that's where more of the thing.
Are you sure? What exactly happened then? Because apparently I'm finding at first I was just checking for salary stuff. But okay, the Young Bucks re-signed with AEW, and the extension would keep them in the promotion until 2026. But then they clarified that it would be staying. Hold on. Then the Young Bucks later clarified that would be staying in AEW. Okay, until 2024. Following their
extension.
So apparently I was just sorry, I read that too fast and I jumped at it. But yeah, so it's 2024. They originally had reported 2026, but it's 2024. So that obviously is coming up. And to answer your other question, I do think WWE might be able to pay the Young Bucks more. I just don't know what they're going to do with them. They don't have a tag team division that's worthy enough to do anything with the Young Bucks. Yes, you'll have maybe the Young Bucks versus the Usos, cool. Maybe the Young Bucks versus the Street Profits, cool. Maybe the Young Bucks, but there's no story to be told. Mind you, there's not a whole lot much storyline with AEW right now for the Young Bucks, aside from this whole BCC there.
Or BCC, sorry, the tournament.
Yeah, what happened with the House of Black thing? It's done?
Well, they won the triple. They won the title, so they're trios champions. So
I know, but it's done. Okay.
Well, yeah, because I don't know, because I think afterwards they kind of were still doing little. I think that was maybe before where they shut the lights on them. They were scared because I think that was in promotion for the trios championships, and then I think they had gotten another shot at them afterwards. But then that's when the whole situation happened with BCC, I think. So
that's what happened with the House of Black now, because obviously Young Bucks are great talents, and with any WWE people, I don't think so.
I mean, WWE did do the whole cease and desist order on their shirts like ages ago for the Too Sweet thing. But I don't know if that qualifies as heat. Maybe just due to the fact that the Young Bucks did, I think, have a tryout at one point with WWE and they didn't want to do it. But I don't know. I wouldn't honestly know if they have legitimate heat now, but they had little scuffles with WWE for certain things, and obviously recreating. Look, if Cody doesn't have heat, and Cody was one of the leaders of AEW, and one of the founders,
and one of the more vocal.
Well-
he's the one that used to bash WWE the most. Was
Yeah.
Cody?
yeah.
Well, I know that Cody and Seth don't get along at all.
Cody and Seth don't get along at all.
No.
Okay. I never
Okay,
heard
I don't know.
that.
I
And
didn't.
they
Yeah, I
seem
didn't.
like they have pretty good chemistry there in those
it.
3 matches.
No, but like
I think. Yeah.
professionally, like there's respect there, but the way they see things, they don't get along.
No.
And in this, I read an article. Basically, what they're saying is that Seth doesn't believe that Cody should be in the spot where he is, since he's kind of an outsider, and Seth was there the whole time. Kind of thing.
Yeah, Cody is a bigger
Agreed.
draw than the Bucks.
For sure. For sure.
for
So the WWE
now.
would be willing to forgive him. Yeah.
But I would like to, if you have a chance, if you remember that article, send it to me, because Cody was in WWE before Seth Rollins,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can find it.
and Seth Rollins was in ROH. So if anybody's an outsider, they're both outsiders. If Cody's an outsider, so is he. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess. I mean, I could see Seth feeling a way of you left the WWE to create this company. You don't deserve to come back and be top star. I could see maybe Seth feeling a way, because Seth Rollins, from what I've gathered from various other people he does talk about, I think he mentioned he hates. There was someone else he hated. I think.
well,
I
Logan
think
Paul,
Paul
I've heard him. Yeah,
was a genuine hate thing, and
Yeah.
I think he truly is firm on that regard of, listen, if you haven't done this or been in this company and worked your ass off for this company, you don't deserve to be on the top bill. And I feel like he firmly believes in that. So Logan Paul, I completely get why he would say that. Sure, he was popular in other dimensions of YouTube and whatever else.
I could agree with I could agree with the reasoning that he has over Logan Paul. I might not agree.
Can't agree with it with Cody though. Yeah.
But I can't agree with it with Cody. And okay, in the money draw, we understand why Logan Paul is there and why Cody is there, because they're money draws. They're one way or the other.
Right.
They're money draws. But I can understand the not the envy, but the being pissed off at the fact that this guy comes in right away and he's put into he fights 3 times a year, gets a contract like that, and yeah. But yes, I understand that Seth never went to AEW. But
I don't know. I don't think this article exists. Find the article, good sir, because
I'm gonna find it. Give me a second.
find it. Yeah. Do your thing there. I don't. Yeah, because Seth would be completely wrong in that manner. If anything, Cody deserves it more than Seth, if you will, just because Cody has proven certain other elements of him actually building another corporation and federation and being that an executive to that federation for at least a little bit of time. And then going from fucking Stardust, okay, from a real shithole gimmick to becoming Hollywood pretty boy main event. Like in a span of what, 8 years, let's say 7 years.
He left in 2006. So,
Oh,
2016. Sorry, 2016.
2016. Okay.
Yeah. So he was there in 2009. So he stayed there 7 years. I think it was 2009, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken that it was 2007, but I'm pretty. I think it's 2009. But he still stayed there a pretty long period of time. For someone, for Seth to say he didn't pay his dues, that guy started from the bottom. What's his gimmick that he had there with the bag over his head? Um, dashing Cody Rhodes.
Oh, the not a bag over his head. It was
Well, he
a
had the mask,
nose,
but
the mask.
he had the mask. But I mean, he people were putting the masks, the bags over their heads because he was saying he's ugly now because of the way he broke the nose. That
Oh,
was the
Jesus. Okay.
dashing Cody Rhodes. Here, Mike is saying Cody doesn't deserve it more because his executive work in AEW will mean much since he doesn't have that role here. Well, yeah, it's
No,
he's not
no,
an
yeah.
executive.
It's not
and he said-
comparable. Yeah.
yes, and he's said in recent interviews where he feels much more liberated now that he doesn't have that executive role, that he just can be Cody Rhodes, the wrestler. But in terms of paying his dues, the guy was one of the not the longest, but he had a very good intercontinental championship reign. Did the whole Stardust, took his gimmicks that he wasn't and his booking that he wasn't happy with, and he did it until he thought he deserved more, which was in 2016, where he thought he was reached at a point where now he deserved to have a shot. And they didn't want to give it to him, so he decided to go make his own shot, and that's where he did. Became a champion, became a champion in New Japan, became a champion in Impact. It wasn't the main event, not the main title, but he did have a certain run there in Impact. Had the 10 pounds of gold, won the 10 pounds of gold at All In against Nick Aldis. In terms of paying his dues.
Yeah, he was part of the Bullet Club, ROH.
Yeah. Did you guys get the thing I sent you?
Yeah. Was returning to the company, left in 2016. This moment was also exciting. Blah, blah, blah. Rose is away for 6 years. He had no problem making a few enemies. Destroying Triple H's throne. No regrets over the shots he took at WWE. Hell no, because this, blah, blah, blah. Hell no, because that's what he would have done. One of the things I remember, I don't think I was even Stardust yet. Blah, blah, blah. I will not sign up to your newsletter. Not happening. Okay. Cody Rhodes returned to the company, took multiple shots at over the years. In a recent interview with Barstool's My Mom's Basement, Rose described the feeling in the locker room when he returned. No one made me feel this way. I felt almost like an outsider to a degree. But as much as I might have felt that way, I was met with familiar faces like Kofi. Talked about Ultimate Individual Seth Rollins, with whom he admits he'll never get along, but has the utmost respect for him. And then I was met with the Ultimate Individual Seth Rollins, who's carrying Raw and just so good. And for him to not look at me as the enemy, but for him to look at me as an asset. And Seth and I genuinely, if you ask him the same thing, if he was sitting in the chair, he'd tell you he doesn't like me. I don't like Seth. We're not going to get along ever. However, the utmost respect for him. That's kind of a weird. There's no I have, but however, I have the utmost respect for him, and for him to look at me as an asset made me not worry about what anyone else was thinking.
Okay, this is basically Cody saying this, not Seth.
Yeah, this is Cody. Yes, this is Cody saying this. Judging by Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins' chemistry in the ring, you would never think they didn't like each other in the 3 matches, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now this is just the journalist. Yeah, so he doesn't really go into why, but I guess he just feels that Seth Rollins.
Some people you don't match with their personalities. That's okay.
You're just not gonna like. Yeah, you're just not gonna like them on a personal level, which you don't have to. You don't have to like everyone you work with.
Mm-hmm.
But they're amazing in the ring. What great chemistry! And so their bond goes for the love of wrestling that the love of wrestling they have in the ring. Right? Yeah. So and you definitely see that.
So I'm sorry to Seth Rollins if you're listening. If I was saying that you weren't right about saying he didn't pay his dues, because you never said that. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, and if you are listening, we're trying to rebuild and reclaim, good sir, and we would love to have you on the podcast just
Yes.
to shoot the verbal shit,
Mhm.
if you will.
That's right. So I wanted to say something. No, I'm trying to remember. What was it?
Trying to remember.
Oh, are you guys excited for the Four Pillars match? Because obviously that's what they're going.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Yeah. So, first of all, can I just say, I think Sammy and MJF as friends might just be better or just as good as Jericho and MJF as friends. Shit is fucking gold. They should have done this way sooner because I wanted to see this continue. But clearly, it's going to come to an end because Tony Khan had announced that because MJF, well, not MJF, but MJF and Sammy decided to cheat to get the win up on Darby so that they can face each other, with MJF complaining, not complaining, but saying multiple times that if Sammy wins, he's gonna drop the belt to me, and he's gonna drop to me at Double or Nothing. Is it Double or Nothing? It's Double or Nothing, right?
Yep. Double
At
or
the
nothing.
next pay-per-view, and I'm gonna get my title back. I'm gonna retain my title. And then I was like, okay, so this is going to obviously lead to Sammy not end up doing that, whether before the matchup happens, them kind of alluding to him not actually doing that, or whatever during the actual matchup. But now that's not even happening. We're probably going to see that next week when they go two pillars versus two pillars, Darby and wow,
It's the heels versus the faces.
Heels versus the Darby and Jungle Boy.
So Darby and Jungle Boy, yeah,
MJF and Sammy Guevara.
yeah.
And obviously,
if Sammy and MJF win, then they get their one-on-one match, and if the faces win, then they'll have a four-man match, a fatal four-way.
pillar four-way.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I'm not totally excited by this match. I think the other guys are totally not ready for this spotlight.
That's kind of the thing. I mean, it's hard to be, but the thing is, like, would almost maybe feel that Jungle Boy is maybe a better wrestler than MJF, but Jungle Boy is nowhere near the showman as MJF. So that's where MJF would win to me. Same thing with Sammy. You know what I mean? The problem is MJF just beats them all in showmanship. And I guess, because if you really look at it that way, who really can beat MJF? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Aside from like DB.
Yeah, DB, those guys, but John Moxley, who else? I think obviously Kenny Omega.
Right.
We're talking about maybe 3, 4, 5 guys max. I think Darby, out of the four pillars, I think Darby's the closest one to be in that main event spot. But I still think he needs a bit more work. But definitely Jungle Boy is not ready and Sammy is not ready. Like, they'll put on great matches, and that's the whole thing with AEW. Is like, you'll have the great matches, but the storytelling, in most cases, in some cases it does happen and they do it well, but in most cases the storytelling is just not up to par with the wrestling.
Right.
So that's where I see a problem. And I think they went too quickly with this. I don't know if there's nobody that wants to fight or wants to work with MJF, or I don't know if that's the problem. Why they jumped right away to this Four Pillars story, where they could have waited a bit longer. Right away, his second opponent is going to be the Four Pillars. So kind of, but I love the. I do agree with the JLB. I do like the story the last 2 weeks with Sammy and MJF being friends, but I still think it's not enough unless. And listen, they've tried to turn Sammy face and it hasn't worked before. So I don't see them doing this time around. But I don't know. I don't know. I think there's missing something in the main event picture, and maybe we'll get answers at Double or Nothing. Maybe somebody interfering with somebody new coming or something like that. Because I've no. There's no doubt in my mind MJF wins. There's no CM Punk also. CM Punk, I agree. Yes, I agree. Even though I hate CM Punk, I think there's a story to tell there, especially from the story that they were telling before.
I mean,
before,
if crazy, if you look in his eyes, you will see a cult of personality. Though, if you really,
yes, I got to really look deep into his soul. Yeah, and then rip out his heart. But whatever.
I do miss that song being played on AEW though, or or anywhere.
We're starting off the show every week with look
exactly.
in my eyes.
Yeah,
but yeah, even though I hate him, I do recognize what he brings to the table, whether it's in the ring, whether it's on the mic, whether it's money draw. So yeah, of course, I think CM Punk would have the credibility to beat MJF. I think those other three guys don't have it right now, and there's no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind, MJF retains.
Right. Oh no, he's not losing. He's not losing.
Who would they give the belt to, Big Red?
I see Jungle Boy.
Jack Perry.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. So much.
Honestly, I think the problem is it just boils down to none of them are ready. None of them are ready to be that face and have that monologue yet. Jack Perry, for some reason, only seems to be good on the mic when he can swear or when he's just really angry. The problem is he's a face. So you would have to maybe turn him heel for that to happen, which you won't do because he's a major draw as face. So there goes that. Sammy Guevara, I don't know. Dude's amazing in the ring, but his personality is fake as fuck outside the ring. And I don't like his monologues at all. I think they're just very generic. And Darby is kind of the same way. He's a bit more real with his monologues, but a bit more bland too. So
I think the only way, how can I put this? If I get into some fantasy booking here quickly, the only way I can see Jack Perry winning would be him winning on at Double or Nothing, doing a few interviews on the Monday, Tuesday on national TV or the Good Morning shows or Good Morning America or whatever, or Today Show, and have a few interviews and then lose it again on Wednesday on Dynamite, and then turning heel. That would be because he would, if they would to give him the title and to have a medium term run as a babyface, he's going to lose the crowd in less than a month. He won't.
He's going to be Hangman Page.
Yeah.
Hangman Page is a far superior wrestler. Well, not a far superior wrestler, but Hangman Page, we all thought the same thing. He was ready. We thought he was ready, but he ended up being stale because the guy.
But they didn't have a storylines for him either.
Well, yes and no. I mean, even the only storylines that really, they had storylines, but the only storylines that really worked was based off of actual real life.
Those were the best ones.
Yeah, and there were only two of them. So all of his other storylines were just
beating Kenny was okay. I mean the story with Kenny was okay since they were tag team champions before. But he wasn't able to carry that load for a certain period of time, and then it affected his brand, it affected his gimmick.
Right.
And if they don't want that to happen to Jungle Boy, they would have to not give him the title now. And eventually, and I say eventually, I mean like very soon, hopefully, turn heel. Because then, if you want to create these guys that are not ready, but that are very over with the crowd, it's the perfect time to turn them heel because you create that heat. Everybody's behind you. Everybody likes you. Everybody wants you to be successful, but nobody gives a fuck about you. That's what it is. Okay. So then, if you lose, then you snap, and then you create all that people. You really do something that the people are going to be like, I can't believe he did this. I can't believe he betrayed us. And then you have a good run as a heel. Then I think it could work. Then I think after that you'll be more ready. But I think he could very much hurt his brand if they give him the title, which I don't think they will. But I have zero, like I said before, I think 0% chance of MJF losing his title here. But I could see where the potential and why people like. Yeah, it's too early. It's too early into his reign. It's too early. He's the perfect heel
because he's technically had the title since when? He's had the title already.
What did he beat? He beat
Moxley, right?
He beat Moxley, exactly. Moxley. So we're talking about Revolution? No, not Revolution. Which was the one in November?
That's what I'm.
I always forget. That's the one in November.
Yeah. Well, it's not Double or Nothing.
Oh, Full Gear.
It's,
Full Gear. If I'm not mistaken, I think he won it at Full Gear.
Yeah, Full Gear. Wins. MJF defeats John Moxley, which great match. Yeah.
So we're talking about since November. He's been champion, and he's defended it what? 3 times? 4 times?
I think twice.
Repeat that again. Sorry.
MJF has only defended the title twice. Daniel Bryan and Ricky Starks.
That's right. That's right. His first was Ricky Starks. So, but it's a heel. He's a heel, and he has a heel. He's a heel with a lot of heat, so it's okay. The story fits that he doesn't defend the belt. That's okay. But I don't see him losing after only defending it twice, though. And he's the perfect heel to carry this belt in this story for a while. Like,
yeah, he can literally carry it for the entire year.
Yeah,
and it won't feel that way.
And only fight like 6-7 times max in that whole year. Yeah. And doesn't matter. You'll get the heat.
I don't know why Roman can't do that, but Roman has been a longer period of time. So.
Well, because Roman, it's because MJF doesn't fight, but at least he's on the show,
right?
Where Roman is just won't be there for 3-4 weeks and then just reappear. So that's more of a problem. But anyways, I guess we'll have to wait and see, because now we don't know who we don't even have an idea of what could be MJF's next opponent here, unless it's somebody that comes really out of nowhere. Like, well, yeah, I think that's the one. I think that's where they're gonna go, right? Because we don't have really an end to that story, right? Because we have All Out, we had the dog collar match, which was great, but we didn't get really closure on that rivalry.
Right. Well, he was supposed to face CM Punk, right? That was the whole thing. He was the one that won. He was the what did he call it? He was the devil. I guess it was just the devil, who won the chip there, and he was supposed to face CM Punk when CM Punk beat Mox. And then, he decided to go all out, brawl out, and get himself suspended and injured. So that story is definitely there to be told, and fans would love to certainly see that. I don't see CM Punk even winning that, though.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I don't see CM Punk winning that one.
CM Punk wouldn't even win that. I feel like, because I feel like it's an injustice to give MJF a loss with the title anytime soon. I feel like, because this guy is literally your golden child, and he's so good at what he does, and he's getting better in the ring every time we do see him. It's almost an injustice to have him lose ever, because after he does lose, what does he end up doing? You know what I mean? His whole shtick was, I'm better than you and you know it. I'm the champion. I'm never going to lose this. So it's also more along the lines of, I don't think he has anything else after this. You know, I don't know what they would do with MJF after he does lose. So he's gonna ride that bidding war till 2024 because yeah, he's not gonna lose it he's not gonna lose it this year at all. I don't see it.
I don't see it happening that way because I completely agree. If he does lose it, there's nothing for him. He would have to, for it to work, for him to lose the belt, he would have to take some time off, and that would hurt his momentum. So no, I don't see.
It's happened. Remember he took some time off there after that whole debacle with Wardlow, which fucked up Wardlow's whole shindig thing. But he took some time off, and that ended up working really well for him. Fans got even more behind him. And then, that promo on En Plus was fucking crazy.
Yes. The one where because he was playing the babyface there for 3 weeks there. When he came back, it seemed like he was turning on the firm. So yeah, that he did that was a great swerve by him, fooled everybody, and that's what makes it MJF great. So that's why I don't see it how anybody with a business sense. And if I think Tony Khan has one thing, it's business sense. He might be a bit too much of a mark, but he is a businessman and he's a smart businessman. So I don't see how any smart businessman would take the belt away from a guy like MJF right now. I just don't see it happening.
No, he's your meal ticket. So
unless CM Punk really makes it a condition and really wants the belt or whatever. And Tony Khan does seem like a bit of that he'll believe anything CM Punk tells him, or he'll do anything CM Punk tells him to do, kind of feel about it. So maybe, but I don't know. CM Punk was already champion twice, I think. No, 2 short reigns, right? He lost against Mox and then he beat Mox, or the other way around, or something like
that. He lost against Mox. That's for sure. That happened.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. He was champion twice, though. I think you are right about that.
I think yeah. So I don't. He doesn't. Maybe he probably won't need or won't want a title right away. But
yeah. So that's it though. He was champion, and then he lost against Mox, and then he beat Mox again.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
So
and then
it was that's right. It was the 3 minutes. It was the squash there.
The squash at Dynamite, which was stupid, but I get it. But it was stupid.
Well, that we saw last week with the Instagram post of CM Punk talking about that, saying that he Moxley didn't want to put him over, and he had that whole idea about the Rocky 3 storyline, and the Punk
which
told him which he never saw. Like, how can you even like this guy? You never saw Rocky. But anyways, I digress.
Who has never seen Rocky? Like,
yeah, it's a guy named Phil Brooks. But
really?
So he talked about that, saying that they wanted him to fight, but it was going to be a squash anyways. But he wasn't cleared, and he said he would never do that to himself again after what happened in WWE. Fighting hurt. So we saw about that. So there's even some bad blood there with Mox too. So all kinds of storylines when he comes back too that they could work on and turn in some real life drama.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's gonna be the same shit though. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be the same shit. I think it's gonna be good for a little while, and then shit's gonna go down again. CM Punk is going to be happy to be there for a bit until his ego kicks in again, and we're going to have the full gear fucking, I don't know.
Very combustible.
Definitely very combustible. That gear is going to be torn and fucking demolished and just, yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't trust Punk to be on his best behavior. But I do trust Tony to put a clause there. If you do anything stupid, I do have the right to just fire you and get no pay anymore. And that's it. Yeah.
Because what is that saying Albert Einstein used to say? What was that saying about the definition of crazy?
Everything is relative.
No, yeah, there's that one too. But I mean, trying to doing the same thing all the time and expecting different results. That's the definition of crazy. So in
Fair
hiring
enough, yeah.
CM Punk, you're basically doing what you did before, and he will always prove you right in the aspect of he's gonna be combustible and his ego is gonna come into play. That's just the way CM Punk is. That's the way he was in WWE. That's the way he was in AEW. I guess that's just the way he is. So there's no going around it. So you want to get him back? You got him back. Now let's see if you can control him. And it comes up to that.
Yeah. The only way you can control him is with a contract that is heavily with a lot of clauses of can't do this, can't do that, can't do that. And I don't see CM Punk agreeing to certain clauses as well. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Either way, I'm here for the shit show. So let's go.
Definitely,
CM Punk.
Definitely no more CM Punk at press conferences.
Definitely. I think that's a given. I don't feel like that's definitely if there's clause numero uno, it's definitely that. Mm-hmm. First clause, CM Punk, you are not to do any more press conferences. You can eat your, what was it, Maggie's muffins or something?
Yeah.
In your locker room by yourself. No need for press conferences for you. You can go straight the fuck home.
Yeah. No responsibilities when it comes to press conferences. You are free to go, my friend. Free to go. Don't come and fuck this shit up again. But yeah. Yeah, so that's basically this whole thing with MJF, and I guess CM Punk will be the only plausible opponent for him once he finishes with these three other pillars there, because really there's only one pillar, and it's MJF. These guys aren't holding up shit.
Yeah, I mean,
hold up the company.
I was gonna think, maybe Adam Cole and MJF do a little shindig, but
forgot about Adam Cole. Yeah,
Adam Cole could be someone to help MJF out with that a little bit. Adam Cole wouldn't win unless, I don't know, they build up some crazy little feud to have at it for a while, making MJF the ultimate winner. But because that'd be kind of cool. At least Adam Cole to get a belt again. Last belt he's had has been, aside from the tag, I think he had the tag in AEW. Last belt he's had was way back when in NXT, right, for the world title. He had it for 2 years, mind you. But, yeah. So that'd be kind of cool.
I forgot about Adam Cole. Adam Cole can potentially be an opponent for MJF. He would have to really Jericho would have to put him over in a good way in this at the end of this rivalry that he's having now with Jericho.
Right.
I think Jericho's up for that job. Even though I didn't like him beating his last who did he win against? Was it Daniel Garcia? That brought him back into the Jericho Appreciation Society, but that they gave the win to Jericho. But I think in that case, if Jericho, in this case with Adam Cole, I think Jericho can put Adam Cole over. I think Jericho understands the business enough to see that you have to put over Adam Cole here for the best, for the better of the company.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Jericho's just at this point of his career, he's just a jobber now. And that's not trying to say anything. It's just that's what he's there for now. He's there to put newer talent up, and for him to make everyone else look better. So, yeah. And I think we're getting a tag match. I feel almost like with this whole Adam Cole Jericho thing, you're probably going to get Jericho and Anna Jay and.
You're saying Adam Cole's a jobber?
No, because Jericho is a job.
Oh.
Yeah, Adam Cole's not a jobber, baby. And put some respect on Adam Cole Bebe's name, baby. All right?
Bebe.
I didn't either, technically. I didn't either. Yeah, so I think they're first going to do a tag team match.
Probably.
JAS and Jericho versus Adam Cole and Britt. That'll probably be a thing. And then we'll probably see a singles thing after that.
Yeah, they'll probably end up with a singles match at a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's probably how that's going to go. And I think they want to tread easily here with Adam Cole because of the seriousness of his injuries, his past
Mhm.
injuries. They don't want to take too many chances. See how it goes. And if everything goes well in this storyline they're telling with Jericho, I think he's going to move up into the title picture pretty quickly after that. Because I think he's one of the top faces there. So why not have one of the top faces feel your go against your top heel? That's your champion. So I think Adam Cole is the guy. Would be one of the guys probably on the top of that list there. Pretty quickly. Yeah, so that was the four pillars there. What else is interesting? You guys would like to bring up that you've liked in the last couple of weeks?
Oh, true. Yeah, we weren't here last week. That's valid. The yeah, I don't know.
The Owen Cup
Well-
in Canada.
Oh, the Owen. We didn't talk about the huge announcement. Yeah. So
oh, it's true. So Tony
return-
did technically have a huge announcement. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
But
return
he
of
didn't
the
seem
Owen
so
Cup.
excited when he said it.
Not
Well,
as
that's Tony
excited as
Khan,
it was
though.
the first time around. Yeah, but so yes, they're having the Owen Cup, which is going to be Forbidden Door. Some matches at Forbidden Door, and at Double or Nothing and Forbidden Door, and have the final in Calgary at the Dynamite in Calgary. That's another thing I'm pretty
Yeah,
pissed off
which
about.
makes sense.
Oh,
Mm.
dude. Oh, wait. We have a. Go ahead, Costa. I like hearing this. Go.
Like
This will be a TikTok.
best,
open.
the best city in Canada to receive wrestling or to accommodate a wrestling show has been Montreal for a while. And now they're going to go to fucking Saskatoon before they come to Montreal. They're going to go in every city in Canada before coming
Okay.
to Montreal.
I understand, but also understand that the Hart family is from Calgary.
No.
So-
For the Owen Cup, I understand.
Whatever,
That's okay. But I'm saying in general, you're doing all these shows. They've already done shows in Toronto, 2 shows in Toronto. They're going to go back to Toronto very soon. Then they have Calgary. They have Winnipeg. They just went to. They have this new this one coming up. The next one is in Saskatoon. Guys, Saskatoon. It's in Saskatchewan.
But
Who's gonna be there? A bunch of corn to watch the fucking show, and these people, and they don't come to Montreal. Next, what they're gonna announce? They're going to Thunder Bay or Tadoussac. Come on, it's not unbelievable.
There's got to be something there, though. I don't know.
But
Because Tony Khan has mentioned he's looking at Montreal, but I think I don't know. There has to be something where he couldn't get a venue for the time frame that he wanted, or
but didn't he say that they're doing a Canada tour?
Well, yeah, they are doing.
I think this is it.
But Montreal is not involved.
Well, maybe they want to do a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
wish
no,
that's
I
the
don't think
case,
that's
but
it.
I don't think that's the
I'm
case.
trying
I
to.
think I think it could be pure speculation here. I haven't read it anywhere. Maybe it's something to do with exclusivity to the Bell Center being exclusive to WWE.
Okay, but here's Plus Bell.
Yes, but that's the problem. That's where I was getting to. Is that now they did the 2 house shows at the Place Bell. So now does that mean that they have the exclusivity for Place Bell too? So you would have to go to Blainville, where the Armada play, basically. Which that not even it's like 5,000 people. So
Okay,
it's not really an option there.
Where does
Maurice Richard, not even an option
where's the
unless they do it outside at the Stade Unipri or whatever.
where's
it's
the
called now, IG.
basketball team play?
Verdun. I think it's
That's
not
Verdun. Yeah.
Verdun Auditorium, but I don't think there's even 3,000 people that can sit there. The only places that are plausible would be Place Bell or the IGA Stadium at the Park Jarry.
right.
I'll like that.
Which-
It's supposed to be.
Which and also to their credit, to their credit,
Plus are
they but maybe pluses are. It's a bit weird the way it's
Yeah.
made, because it's more of an amphitheater. So I don't know. You would have just one side
well,
of the arena.
it'll be like an early Raw venue.
Yeah, kind of a Manhattan Hall kind of feel there. But yeah, and since they
that'd be
already have
weird.
since they already have the experience of doing it at the Arthur Ashe Stadium, which is one of their big dynamites that they've gone 2 years in a row to, they're probably going to return in September. I think would be the IGA Stadium for here in Montreal. I think Jacques Rougeau already had a family event there once. So WWE never went there, so I don't think that's a problem. And maybe that would work. But yeah, something's gotta go. There has to be a reason behind not coming to Montreal. You
Maybe
can't
it's
be
the French.
I don't think it's the French.
No, I don't think it's the French.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Because I don't see how you can see how Montreal has accommodated wrestlers and wrestling shows in the last 2 years and not see the potential for your company there.
And especially
And plus-
see how Backlash went and all that for the WWE. And
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm sure I've heard the AEW chants in the crowd, but maybe didn't make it onto TV. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
say.
Well, but Tony Khan has mentioned though that he was looking into potentially coming to Montreal. He does know it's a big wrestling city, so there has to be a reason, a mixture of.
I really think they're going to do a pay-per-view here.
Yeah, no,
Well,
you're going to
it's-
test the waters first with a Dynamite first, though.
Yeah.
A
Because
Dynamite
listen,
Rampage.
we were they did RDS did show Dynamite for a few months there. Yes, they didn't renew the contract, but RDS was showing Dynamite in French. Their ratings are pretty good on TSN for Dynamite compared to other shows at the same time on those channels. So I must be something, because if there's nothing, then there's a problem. If there's no reason for him waiting for coming to Montreal, because after that first show in Toronto, Montreal should have been the next destination. And I would be willing to let it pass for Winnipeg, because okay, you want to build it around Jericho and Kenny or from Winnipeg. All right, I'll let you go to Winnipeg first.
But they have wrestlers from Quebec.
Yeah, they have.
I
They
know.
have 4.
They're 4.
They have 2 from Gatineau and 2 from Montreal.
Mhm.
Evil Uno.
Who's
Stu
there for?
Grayson,
They have Eva Uno and Stu Grayson. Okay, I didn't realize Stu Grayson. Yes. Well,
And,
Stu Grayson's
Magic.
not really there though. Like he's only showing up every so often.
He's still
Yeah.
all elite.
But he did sign a new contract though.
Yes.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought he just did the
yeah.
Toronto shows and that was it. Okay.
No, he's still all. He's
No.
he's
I think he'll be showing up more on ROH. But yeah, he did sign a new contract because there were they mentioned Stu Grayson now is all elite again, and then they added again to the
Right.
the,
Yes.
the graphic design,
Yeah.
and yeah, he finally got his money, what he was asking for. So they
Right.
took him back, and then he had those 2 great matches with Mox, and then they had Evil Uno, I guess was last week, or was it on Rampage or something? Anyways, where his tag team, and they're a good tag team, and you have Magic Mike. No, it's not Magic Mike. Magic Mike.
Mike Menard and
Yeah, Mike Menard and Angelo and Soft Hands
Parker.
or whatever. Parker, Angelo Parker. Thank you. Which I think Mike is one of the best promos. Like to get that old wrestling style promo, with the very 80s like promos where he's very animated, very agitated, straight looks straight into the camera, but he's entertaining. Man, he's entertaining.
Yeah.
Man, did WWE mess up with not signing those 2 guys?
well, they did have them.
Well, I mean, not
in
signing
NXT.
them, not renewing them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, releasing them when they did, and Jericho Kevin Owens, yes, Kevin Owens that asked Jericho to put them on the podcast. Jericho absolutely fell in love with them and got Tony to hire them, and that was a good move. Good move by Tony, because these guys are good. Maybe not the best in the ring, but man, are they entertaining, and they fit perfectly into this gimmick of sports entertainers.
Sports entertainers, yeah. No,
Yeah.
they're no. I mean, they're decent. They're decent in the ring. It's just I feel they don't get enough opportunity to showcase what they can do. Is more my issue maybe with them, because I mean I remember them back in like IWS or NCW, like even but I'm talking like watching them on the indies, on the indies there, and they were fantastic. You know what I mean? So like,
but they don't wrestle.
They obviously have only gotten better.
They don't wrestle as much anymore.
They wrestle a lot on. Well, they were wrestling a lot on Dark and Elevation.
Well, that's canceled.
Well, that's one of them is canceled now.
Just one of them.
Yeah, and they do had a few matches on Rampage, a few matches in the mixed mixed tag match with Jericho. They're in there, but they're not focused really on putting them up front in the wrestling in a wrestling capacity. It's more like they're more of a comedic relief and to complement Jericho in JAS. I guess more is Daniel Garcia and Jericho that are the guys that fight the most. Even Jake Hager doesn't fight too much. Even though Sammy never left technically JAS, we see less and less of him with the JAS.
Right.
Well, okay, now it's the gimmick of trying to push for the title there, so it's understandable. You don't want to take the spotlight away from Sammy by having a Jericho always by his side when you're trying to push him as a contender, you know. So understandable there. But yeah, these guys are good, and I enjoyed them. They were not too long ago. They came back. I wanted to go see an IWS show, and I wasn't able to go at the last minute. But apparently, it was a crazy success. They had crazy pop for them, understandably. And they do their show at, I don't know if they still do at Club Unity, the IWS, or at Club Soda, but I think it's at Club Unity, or at least they were doing a few of them there, especially well, they just did the great show apparently, and we're gonna give some time here to our indies here in Montreal, but they had a great show IWS put together with GCW.
That was fire.
JCW versus IWS, and that was a fire. I can't believe they let Nick Gage into Canada.
Into Canada, right?
Yeah. He that was a great match. Very scary too, man. He threw the guy off the balcony onto a bunch of tables.
I guess Manny was okay because Manny's ear was also like fucking ripped.
Yeah, it was ripped, like, man.
Jesus Christ. And on top of that, he took a whole other spot from the balcony. And I'm just like, Manny, man, what are you doing?
And apparently Manny's the guy, like I didn't know Manny much before this match, but apparently he's if you're gonna have a match, hardcore style match with Nick Gage, Manny was the guy to have it with.
Well, so, I mean, Manny's the owner though of IWS. So before he actually started wrestling and all that, he was like just owner, and then he started getting into actually doing wrestling. He's been wrestling for quite a while now too. He did a lot of matches with Green Phantom and Sexy Eddie and all that. But yeah, no, he's been I guess he's been wrestling for maybe almost 10, 15 years now already.
Okay, so, 10, 15, okay. No, because I was surprised, and then when I read up into, I go, who's this guy, man? He took a beating here, and I was like, whoa, I think he got hurt, but finally he was okay. It was just like he said, the ear there. But then I went looking, and they were saying, yeah, if there's anybody to have these type of matches, Manny's definitely one of them. And yeah, it was a great rivalry, a great idea. And then they did another show. Well, GCW did another show in Toronto, and it wasn't teamed as a IWS versus GCW, but you did have some run-ins from some IWS guys. So there's a story. They're continuing this affiliation here, and only good things can happen when because correct me if I'm wrong here, but GCW is probably the top independent promotion now in the States, in North America. Probably GCW, because I'm not counting Impact and ROH as independents no more. So
right.
So JCW is pretty big, or he's getting pretty big and filling up. I think Atlantic City Hall, and so to have them in a cooperation match with IWS is really big for IWS, and I wish them all the best in IWS, because the stronger the independent scene is here in Montreal, the more wrestlers we'll see from Montreal in the big leagues, because it gives them time, it gives them place to shine. So all the best, and we should try to organize something, and maybe if some people are listening too want to go, we'll try to get a little independent show going. But we'll try.
That'd be fun.
We'll try it again. We'll try to do that. So if anybody's interested, send us a comment or an email or a DM. We'll try to go watch a IWS show. And
that'd be cool.
If and why not get a light bulb broken over my head? Why not? It's fun.
Until it isn't. Until it is.
Until it isn't. Yeah.
Until it isn't.
Until it is.
Absolutely. You'll pull a PCP crazy effing Manny. Where's my ear? Where's my ear at? God damn it.
God damn it. I thought I couldn't hear.
Damn it. I was already kind of deaf. This sucks. Yeah, no, definitely. We should, summer's coming. A lot of stuff to do in Montreal in the summer. So that could definitely be, maybe IWS will do something with the JFL shows or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Comedy and wrestling. Why not? I'm down. Yeah, that's it. And I guess also last little news, because I don't want to go on forever either. Trinity Fatu, aka Naomi, is scheduled to make her debut in Impact.
We had seen her sitting ringside, and and the recent taping. I don't know if it was a pay-per-view or if it was a taping, but we had seen her. They didn't mention her on the commentary, but they did put the camera straight on her, to make sure people saw her. So we kind of felt this was going to happen, and I think we kind of agree. I think we've talked about this before on the pod. I think we kind of agreed that was more of a place that fits for her as an Impact Wrestling, because I don't know how much she would have got in AEW. I think New Japan is not her style. So I think Impact fits pretty good for her. Is a good fit for her, and I think she could be a reasonable star. Maybe not the top star, because there's some great. I think the Knockout division is one of the best booked. Maybe not one of the best in terms of talent, but one of the best booked women's divisions in wrestling. So, and Jordan Grace is a force to be reckoned with. I really like her.
Sure.
What do you guys? Now you make me think. Jordan Grace. Talking about Jordan Grace makes me think about Taya Valkyrie, which is now in AEW, and she lost yesterday, right? Obviously, I think I missed that match. Yeah, she lost.
Why? Okay, and then she also wasn't able or allowed to do her. Not the
Finisher.
Grand Slam there, but what does she call it though? Jaded, whatever. I guess I'll call it Carl Jade's finisher there. Why wasn't she allowed to do it? So you missed it, but it was just really weird how it was done. So she lifted her up and then she stopped because he told her he'd sue her if she ever does that maneuver again. But she didn't care before. Yeah, but she didn't care before, and she was like, "Fuck it." It was just really weird. It was how
really
it was
bad
done.
match.
It's sloppy.
It was a really bad match. It was a very sloppy match.
if you keep on signing people like Taya Valkyrie just to come in and job to Jade, things are not going to go good.
Well, I think it's her first job though. Technically, she's won 4 matches already.
56-0. By the way, Jade.
Yeah, Taya's won 4 matches before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I didn't see how this match went. Was it a squash? Did it go?
No,
Did she get
it was just sloppy?
It wasn't a squash. It was decent, I guess, for what it was, because Taya Valkyrie can go. But at the end of it, just I don't know. I think it's still going to continue though, between Taya and Jade.
Is there any potential here of Taya being the one to break the streak?
I fucking hope so.
I think it's gonna be her.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think you're running a strong risk here of ruining Jada.
Gina.
Jada Pinkett Smith, just slap her. But yeah,
Will Smith's got you covered.
but Jade, yeah, you're gonna ruin Jade if this continues. You gotta, I don't know. I'm a lot of times it's happening now that when it's Jade that comes to the ring, I just use it as my bathroom break, or to go get something in the fridge, or go grab a beer, or smoke a cigarette, or something, just to not watch it because I know how it's gonna end. There's nothing intriguing about this. And I think there's so much potential there. She's beautiful. She looks good. She's getting better in the ring. She's still not great there, but she's getting better in the ring. But man, you're getting close to ruining her, and people are losing interest. Just like the Wardlow and Hobbs, and that whole scenario is very similar with what the TBS Championship looks like now. So,
then you also have freaking Wardlow get another squash match. Like, what the fuck? Why are you giving him squash matches again?
Against an unnamed wrestler.
And why is Arn Anderson by his side? I do not need Arn Anderson to talk on the mic. I'm good. I'm perfectly fine with an old G, 4 Horsemen, not talking on the mic because it sounded horrible. He rambled on, and I don't care. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to compare his title reign or him getting the title to the NFL draft and all that, like, he was just rambling on weirdly, and I was just like, stop, man. Why? Like,
yeah, they're really trying with putting Arn Anderson. Okay, maybe this is what we need to put him over to the next level.
No, that ain't it.
No, you burnt. I'm scared to say. I'm not scared to say. I mean, I don't want to say it. I don't want to believe it. But I think the damage is done with Wardlow.
I lost interest. To be honest with you,
I think you need to change his. Yeah, you need to just change his whole gimmick up.
Anything after him and MGF, I really don't care.
Well, and I think that's where, I think that's where it kind of started going. Well, the fans are still behind him or whatever, but you got to stop with the symphony bullshit. They're still there. They're still behind him. What is happening with this Toronto game? I'm hearing my fam jam yelling. And
because he does. The people still sometimes when he goes like this, they go okay, but it's nothing like it used to be. No. I think he needs a revamp here. Turn him heel, make him be a destroyer. Come here, destroy something, or I don't know. Him, that whole story with the TNT title and the TBS titles are really not being booked correctly. And the TNT, in the case of the TNT, hasn't been booked correctly since Brody and Cody.
When
Sammy's a 3-time champion, this is not. It's not. No, you're having a problem booking this, and you have to find a way. I think Tony needs to hire a real. I'm not saying that he loses his the last call, like it comes down to him, but he needs to hire a booker here. No. Because it's becoming a redundant problem always.
Who?
The owl.
Well,
no, I'm joking.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know if it's a booking thing. Like, look at what's happening with the international championship. With there's not really a story to be told there, but that international championship that Orange Cassidy holds is just fantastic. It's just good matches. Granted, mind you, maybe because there's no storyline, whatever, we can't necessarily say, hey, that's a thing. But that title has more prestige than the TNT title does.
Well, yeah,
and that doesn't have any storylines going on there. It's just you're giving us the same old. Wardlow and then Hobbs. And then put some Mojo in the middle, and then Wardlow, and then Hobbs. You know what I mean? Like, give me something different.
There's a problem. There's definitely I really like Orange. Orange has been on fire, and I really like the matches that he's been putting He's been putting.
Oh, him and Bandino was fire.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
But it's gonna come to a point where just having the baby face winning a match every week, people are gonna get fed up of that. Then you might not get behind the Orange no more after that. So they're even though they're doing it good so far, and the people are still behind it, it could drop quickly there. With who is OC gonna fight this week, and who is he gonna beat? It's gonna be it's gonna be a fire match, but we know how it's gonna end. He's gonna win, and so there's a danger there. So I'm seeing this problem, but like I don't know who can be a booker. Like I think Dustin can be a booker, but I don't know if he wants to be one. Arn Anderson can probably help out with that stuff. I don't even know if he is helping out. Maybe he is already helping out with that stuff. Maybe because why have these guys with great wrestling minds and not have them helping you out on the booking side of it? So
right.
I can't say he's not, but there's definitely a problem there that I wished was addressed. But yeah, it's his company. He does whatever the hell he wants with it. If he wants to make all the decisions, it's his prerogative to do so. If you really want to go to the next level, because we're at that 800 to a million range for Dynamite. We haven't been able to really get out of that range. For him to get out of that range, he would have to go into the 1.5. I say 1.4, 1.5. I know he did 1.12 once, whatever, with a CM Punk. But for him to go into that other range of the 1.4, 1.5 type of thing, I think you need to step it up a bit, step up his game a bit, and I think he can handle everything alone, especially with the soccer team and the football team and everything. I know he's there. He's on the phone with all these guys almost every day. They were talking about it in an interview last time. I don't know if it was FDR that was saying it, that he has no problem with Tony. Tony's very attentive, always picks up his calls when he calls or whatever. So I think he's doing some stuff right, but we're here also to complain, and some stuff needs to be worked on. So
for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, look, not everything can be right. Obviously, the women's division also needs work too, and all that. I don't know. I don't know who he has with him trying to book, but they definitely needs more help. Because Kenny Omega was helping with the women's division, and then now I don't know if he's still doing anything with that. I think it's been a while that maybe he hasn't. So it's really hard to say. But yeah, no, Dynamite was fun. We got to get Luchasaurus now, at least in the TNT picture, right? Because we saw Luchasaurus come out, so maybe that's where it's technically, I think, Christian Cage, not Luchasaurus.
I think it's Luchasaurus. I think Christian Cage represents Luchasaurus, right?
Right.
Yeah, but I thought last week it looked like it was Cage going for it, but maybe it might be Lucha. It might make more sense that it's Lucha. I'm just saying to kind of give it more of a special coding, if you will. Making Christian win it might end up being at least decent for the title.
I definitely think he's competent enough to run with it. Yeah, to have a good run.
For sure.
Yeah.
What they could do, if I was there, I would make a Dino. I call him the Dino. I would make the Dino win and just give it to Cage.
Oh, that he wins and then he just hands it over to Cage,
like a little Andre to Ted.
Okay. But then after, then Cage would be defending it then.
Yeah.
Okay. But that could be somewhere where they could go. It's been done before, so I don't see why they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it this time. So
that's it. You would just kind of lose on Lucha, then gaining any kind of, because that would make also Lucha look bad too. So I don't think you want to do that to Lucha. But I think you're right, because I think Lucha was more kind of the one looking at Wardlow now. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought for sure Christian would make a little bit more sense. Just
it's a big guy belt now.
Yeah. That's what it
Yeah,
looks
well,
like.
it made Hobbs look like I don't know what the fuck they did with Hobbs. It made Hobbs look like complete trash. Like whatever,
Yeah.
you kind of gave him some kind of fandom there and fame, but then you just completely ruined it. He's pissed now at QT Marshall, but I mean, whatever.
I think he will turn face probably and face QT there, and maybe lose him to
Who gives a
ROH.
fuck
Maybe
about
go fight Samoa Joe in ROH. I guess
Mm-hmm.
would be somewhere where Hobbs can go.
Yeah,
there's options.
maybe bringing Hobbs
There's
to ROH
options.
makes sense.
I guess we'll
Yeah.
see.
There was always options.
Yeah.
Bam, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't
Oh,
recall
one thing,
any-
money. One more thing before I forget. Let's fast. Money, no more champ.
Oh, Monet,
Whatever. Money, Monet. Yeah.
Mercedes Monet.
No.
Yeah.
It matters. It matters because I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Sasha.
I thought he was
yeah.
talking about Money in the Bank. I'm like, who?
I know. I was like, Money in the Bank. What's happening? What?
But yeah,
Money in the Bank won't have
yeah.
championships anymore. What's going on?
So she had 1 match left. So we're expecting her to lose. She lost to I forgot her name, which is the Stardom. She's the star in Stardom, which is the Japanese women's promotion, which kind of is affiliated with New Japan. So she signed on for an extension of 1 match against this new champion, which is probably going to be her last match in New Japan. There's a strong possibility that you'll see her back in WWE, unless you see her at Forbidden Door.
I think we're gonna see her in Forbidden Door first.
I don't think Impact will pay her the money that she wants, so you
No.
definitely won't see her on Impact.
No, we're talking about. I think it was $100,000 in an appearance. So yeah, I don't think Impact will have that kind of money. I think AEW has that kind of money. Can give her that type of contract. I don't know. It seems like she wants to keep. Why wouldn't she want to sign a long-term deal with New Japan if you really want? I think she was using this whole thing with New Japan and maybe to muster up her how much she's
Her new
worth and her
gimmick.
value,
Mhm.
and to get the money and get what she wants from WWE. Because I think her goal at the end was WWE.
I don't know, man. I think it's more just to build up her new brand kind of thing. I think that's
Yeah.
really what it is going to be. So like this, if she does get asked to go anywhere or whatever have you, that people will know what her worth is kind of thing. So I think it's just all I don't see her going back to WWE.
Oh,
Because in an interview, she had mentioned like, look, I've already done it. You know what I mean? Like, I've already done everything I could at that company. Like, I'm good. I don't need WWE. WWE needs me, but I don't need WWE. I'm paraphrasing completely.
You sure that wasn't a stand-up bit that she was doing? WWE needs me. Who the fuck is Sasha Banks to say WWE needs me? Oh, please. WWE doesn't need Sasha Banks. And Sasha Banks will find out pretty quickly how much she needs WWE. Because if she doesn't sign with AEW, a year ago, she was in WWE. She had a nice contract, $1 million contract. She was in The Mandalorian, and she decides to act like a little fucking, and now she's not on The Mandalorian. She's asking for $100,000 to do a 20-minute match with somebody. She's gonna disappear very quickly. Very quickly. I didn't know she said that. Stupid fucking.
I don't know. Hold on. I really
Nope.
was paraphrasing. I'm trying to find it for you, just because I feel like that's unfair.
Don't find it. Let them be like that. It's funny.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. So she said it. It's done.
Oh,
No,
okay,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know.
Okay. To be fair, fair to her. So it's Sasha, if you're listening, or Mercedes, whatever the fuck you want me to call you,
Or money. I don't know.
or money. Yeah. If you didn't say that, then I will be looking into it and I will be apologizing next week. So tune in next week on the podcast. If you did not say that WWE needs you and you don't need WWE, then I will be not performing because it won't be a performance, but I will be delivering an apology, public apology to Sasha Banks / Mercedes Monet. But if you did say that, oh my God. Okay, take us home before I
having-
say stuff that I will regret.
Perfect. So that was your Thursday night rundown, of course, with the boys. As always, you can feel free to follow us at WTN Wrestling on all socials, the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Instagrams, and Twitch. It's WTN_Wrestling Talk Now. I think I messed that up. On the ats for socials, it's WTN Wrestling Talk Now. Everywhere aside from Twitch, where it's WTN_Wrestling Talk Now. Yeah, we're all there. We're here to take in your comments, bash Kid Crazy for his nonsense, and we're here for it all. We're here for it all. So just please send us any kind of messages, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you would like us to do. And Kid Crazy, where can they follow you, good sir?
You can find me on Facebook at Michael Costa or on Twitter at Saltita_Costa. And for everything wrestling, just hit us up right here on WTN.
That's it. And of course, you can also follow Big Red at
on Facebook with Jonathan Piquez, or on Anything Wrestling WTN.
Voila. And yeah, on my end, you can always follow me on my Twitch at twitch.tv/JLBTLC25. Haven't streamed in a while, so hopefully I get back to it. We'll see what happens. But that is there. And then, of course, on WTN, feel free to message us. We're always there. Thank you for Mike for coming on through. Kevin for lurking a bit there. We certainly appreciate you, good sir. And for everyone else, we thank you for joining us this Thursday. We'll be back next Thursday to talk about some wrestling all over again. We might implement something a little new in terms of reviewing certain things. So please let us know what maybe you would like us to review, whether it be a match or a big moment in wrestling history, kind of maybe review, break that down or something. There can be plenty of things. So if you do want to let us know something you liked and you maybe want to see what we think about it or whatnot, let us know. We'll maybe do like a review, watch along kind of thing. We'll see. We're still working with it. And that is pretty much it. So thank you once again for listening, and we will see you next Thursday as we run it all down once again. Until then, ciao for now.